Alright, this is going to be my first attempt at building a little aquaponics system. The plan is this is half a 55-gallon drum here. That's going to be the water tank and where I'm going to put the fish. It's a 7-gallon concrete mixing tray from Lowe's. I'm going to make that into a flood and drain bed. That's going to be sitting on, these are just center blocks turned upright with little paver stones. And hopefully I have all my parts now. It's been a real pain in the butt trying to get everything I needed. I got the pump I ended up ordering was a $25 pump. And finding the right hose to fit it. And I still need to get a different part to go from a hose nozzle to the PVC. Because the threading, I got the right size but the wrong threading. And I went and looked and looked and looked and couldn't find the right threading to go from PVC to the pump. So I'm just going to go from the pump to the small hose to PVC. So right now what we're about to do is we're going to put the bulkhead in, which is, you know, this little thing here. This was like 12 bucks there. It didn't come with the PVC adapter. It's just this part here and then the bottom part that screws on there, makes your seal between the two. So we got our Harbor Freight hose saw kit. Got it out. I think it was a 1 1/4 or something like that. So we're gonna take this, drill the hole, and pop that in, and see if it holds water. All right, let's go for it. Oh, well, it looks like I got a helper. That's yeah. Figure worst case, if the pump and all that doesn't work, I'll just give her a bucket and let her start shoveling. Or maybe she can go in there and make the waste. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, so yeah, I drilled out real easy. Nice and clean. I did what I've heard a lot to do with when you're drilling through plastic like this. I mean, this isn't super thin, but it's not thick. I started to get the pallet hole through or whatever, the little drill bit. Did that forward, and once that was through and I had that hole, I put it on reverse. And you basically run the teeth in reverse and it melts the hole through. So it makes it a lot cleaner hole and less likely to break. And it was a 1 3/4 hole. Here's that, and it fits right in there. And then we're going to take the other part and screw it onto the bottom. Alright. Alright, now that's secured in there. Now as you get this with the bulkhead here, and then you gotta buy these separate, of course, for whatever size PVC. This is 3/4 inches what I'm going with. So basically it looks like that. This is the 1/2 inch to screw into here, and then goes out to a 3/4 inch. So just stick that through there. There's what the bottom looks like. This part screws in the bottom. Then you put this in here and you can go run a pipe off of this and run a pipe off this part here. So now I'm just gonna have to put, because this is a very small tray and I don't even know if this is gonna work. Like I said, it's my first one too. So I'll probably put my siphon, I guess, right here because I'm gonna leave a little extra just in case. So I'm just gonna have a very small piece of pipe on here and then the little bell sticking up above it, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so here's what we got so far. We got the bulkhead put in, the fitting, our riser pipe, and the riser pipe, come to this side, you can see a little better. I think you can see I got it about 1 or 2 inches short of the height of the tank, because this is going to set how high the water comes into the flood and drain bed here. So, but I mean, if you got a lot bigger one, you know, depending on how much you wanted to water the rise in there, this doesn't have to be that close to the top. It's just because this is such a small little setup here. Then we have the bell of our bell siphon, which is a larger PVC pipe. This one actually is going to be sitting on the bulkhead, so when it drains, it's just a, say this is a 2-inch pipe, and it's a 3/4, so it just wanted something larger. But when this starts to drain down, in theory, it's supposed to come down, and then I put a little slit in here, and that's going to break the siphon and air's going to come in there. So the water level is going to come down to right here. And I mean, there's nothing in there. It's just a piece of pipe with the cap. And it looks like I might have even cut it at an angle. I don't know if that's going to matter too much or not. Like I said, we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. And then this piece here is a media excluder. And just sits around all that. So when you put your rock, pellets, expanded shell, clay, whatever, when you put that in there, it doesn't get next to your actual bell siphon, so that way you can reach in here, pull it out, make sure that's not clogged or whatever else. Now on the bottom side over here, it's the bottom of the bulkhead there. We got the little adapter piece that screws into the bulkhead. A real small piece of PVC pipe. And I've heard a lot of people say put an angle on it. It's better. I bought a bunch of them, so I'm gonna throw it on there. They say, some people say it helps with the siphon. So now the next step is to fill this top tank up and see if it does anything other than just spill over. Alright, you know what they say, third time's a charm. I shortened this some because it was ridiculously high. This time there's cuts all around the bottom. It's about the same level, so it's going to be more likely to break. The water level is already right at the line. This is just the media excluder around there to make sure all the water is going to flow fast enough through there. See if these 2 liters is enough to trigger it. It looks like it might have triggered. We'll find out here in a second. I'll bring it up here and show you what's going on up here. Alright, as you can see, if it did trigger, there's the water level here. And it's going to drain it all the way down to where we have those holes in the bottom of that siphon. So we'll just wait a second and see. Nope. It just stopped, so it did not fully trigger. Alright, well, I'm going to keep messing with this and see what I can do. Alright, I'm going to show this in more detail here in a second, but I just hooked up the hose to some PVC pipe, ran it through a little thing, and that way I can try to regulate how much flow is coming into the top bed here. I'm about to turn this on, so I don't know what the hell is about to happen. We'll see. Alright, let's turn this bad boy on and yeah, let's see what happens, right? That's what I was afraid of. Alright, I know it's going to be kind of hard to hear. I might have to dub over this part. But basically I hooked this one up because we were getting too much flow up here. You want this to be flowing in as not faster than your siphon can suck it out. And it was flowing in as fast as the siphon was going out. So once the siphon took off, it stayed way too high. It wasn't getting flooded or drained. So I put this on because I got the pump turned all the way down. This is on now, pouring back in here, and I actually might come and bring an elbow, bring it a little lower so it's not quite so much of a drop there. And then I can go and see how fast I want to make that one go. to get it to the right speed for the siphon to break and for it to actually drain like it's supposed to. So we're gonna let it run for a minute and see what happens. Alright, so here's my maze of water. Right now, I mean, eventually the water line down here is gonna be a lot higher. But just to make it a little quieter, I gotta just going against the wall. Yeah, it's coming up there. And that's, like I said, because this is going to be full of media. So, it helps quiet it down a little bit. But, I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, we're starting to get to the top. And we'll see if the siphon breaks, or the siphon goes. And there it goes. And up here, yeah, you can see, I don't know if it's hard to see on there, like, see that next line? So it's going out a lot faster than the water's coming in. And we'll see if it's going to break the siphon here in a second. You can see the little slits on the very bottom there. Yeah, I'll probably fast forward this part a little bit. Any day now. Kind of hear it. There it went. Those little bubbles. That's when it indicates that the siphon got broke. Kind of burps. Alright, so that's all there is for this part. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll have time and put my lava rock and stuff in here and clear all this out. And the plan is to move pretty much all this into there. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.